We have SBS International School Bangkok. And I would like to introduce them first, and then we're going to have Mr.Neil Crossland join me on the stage here to talk about SBS. SBS International Bangkok is a medium-sized boutique international school situated in the Lat Krabang district of Bangkok City and the fourth school of the Arthit Ourairat Institution. I'm going to have Neil correct me on how we pronounce that, or AOI. Whilst new to the international school landscape in Bangkok, SBS International is a unique blend of its sister schools, British International School Phuket, SBS Rangsit, and SBS International School Chiangmai. Fantastic. Well, I'm excited to talk to Neil here, so I'm going to bring him onto the stage. Shazam. Hi, Neil. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Stephen. Morning.
Nice to meet you.
This morning. You've been very busy.
It's just so fun to do a live event like this because you just never know what's going to happen, and you have great conversations. But we get to feature great schools like this. So first, before I ask any of the other questions, how did I just destroy the AOI? Tell me what that is actually.
No, not at all. Your pronunciation was very good. Arthit Ourairat Institution. So yeah, you're quite right in your pronunciation. As the commentary said, we're a group of schools in Thailand that have been around for quite a while now, and SBS International Bangkok is the latest addition to the group. So we're the fourth school of the AOI group. And as your commentary said, we have an international school in Chiangmai, SBS Chiangmai, and a bilingual school in Rangsit, north of Bangkok. And perhaps the biggest school of the four is the British International School at Phuket. So,
go right. Yeah, I can ask you a question. Just dive right in.
Let me explain why we're the new kids in the block.
I mean, yeah, what's that mean? New? Over the last 4 or 5 years, there've been so many new schools popping up. But yeah, please tell us why you're the new kids in the block.
Yeah, sometimes people are a little bit apprehensive of a new school and think, okay, so what's their pedigree? And that's where I think that we're very secure in the innovative work of our other schools, have been able to guide and set up the infrastructure and the program here at this school. I've had the pleasure of working at BISP in Phuket for over 4.5 years. And then I was invited to come and set up this school in Bangkok. And it's been my privilege to be able to cherry pick the best bits of all of the other 3 schools and bring them to Bangkok in quite a boutique way. So it's been my privilege to do that over the last 6 months. And we're looking forward to opening in August.
That's wow. You're opening in August. That's even better. So I can't ask you the question, now that you're sort of anticipating opening, what are the things that you're most excited about? What makes it special to come to the campus right now? What are you seeing develop? And, when you open those doors in August, what do you mean? Like, this is the thing I was excited about.
Yeah, I mean, it's very exciting to come to the campus every day because everything is different every day. It's a bit like watching your house being built around you. And certainly for myself and the leadership team here, we have the direction to be able to customize how that house is being built and how our community is being built. So it's actually really exciting. Look, we are a boutique school. Maximum is 750 students when we're at full capacity. We have a British educational program all the way from early years through to graduation at 18. So we're accrediting with Cambridge all the way through. We'll be one of the first schools to be a pathway school in Bangkok with Cambridge, which means that program is continuous and systematic all the way through from 2 years of age to 18 years of age. Our campus, because it's a new build, has been able to be shaped and designed and customized according to what we want for our 21st century learners. So our facilities are amazing. They're state of the art in all respects. And there isn't a space which I'm not in wonder of, actually, when I walk around the campus. It's been extremely well designed with sustainability in mind. And will be an incredible home for our students when they join us in August. We're very international, so therefore you'd expect all of the trappings of an international school, excellent enrichment program, extensive extracurricular offering planned. Progression between each phase is very well articulated. Our teachers come from around the world. I'm looking very much for staff who can have the mindset of a new startup school and be able to bring themselves to the party and create their empire. And that requires a particular mindset from staff. And we've got some wonderful recruits from around the world. So we're very excited to be opening. We've had an incredible amount of interest and looking forward to that start date on 18th of August.
Nice. What languages are you going to be offering to the school and on senior years? That's one of our community mentors.
Yeah, most of our students that are interested in joining us are sort of Thai heritage students who have come from an international experience or international background already. So obviously Thai and English being the language of instruction will be our foremost languages, but also students all the way from early years will have the opportunity to study Mandarin as well. So, and that's at all levels. So ultimately students could graduate from us fluent in 3 languages, or they may well be bilingual, depending on what their choice would be. Some Thai students don't have a choice, so therefore their choices would be rather limited. But our languages pathway is a trilingual approach.
Mm. Wow. And when you open on the 18th, are you going to have all your levels represented?
All the way up until GCSE and inclusive of year 10. So we have opened a class. We're essentially planning to open 1 class in each year group, all the way from early years through to year 10 and inclusive of year 10 IGCSE program. So that's quite exciting because our school as an international school is essentially split into 3 phases: our early years program, our primary program, and our secondary program. So our secondary program in our first year will start from lower secondary, but also be inclusive of what is known as Key Stage 4 year 10.
Fantastic. What sort of learning support are you going to be putting in place? You talked about empire building. You talked about innovation. So where how are you building out that in a unique way?
Yeah, I mean, it's really important to understand that we're very inclusive as a school. So therefore, we're not academically selective in any way. As long as we can match the learning needs of our students who arrive, then they're accepted into our school and very warmly. So we have a academic support team who will assist students if there is a requirement to give them that little bit extra in terms of academic support. Obviously, our teachers, being international school teachers, will differentiate widely within the classroom, but we'll have an academic support team. But also at the other end, there are many opportunities to enrich and extend the curriculum within the curriculum itself, but also in terms of our extracurricular offering. An example of that would perhaps be in the secondary school, where students can choose in their latter years to take a little bit more of a formal and narrow track in relation to their interests and in relation to their passions. So we know, for example, that we will have a significant number of students who will be very interested in medical science or entrepreneurial type of education. So therefore, we will help and guide and support and enrich their experience in order to be able to take a little bit more of a narrow track through their GCSE choices and through eventually their A-level choices, and enrich the experience around that with things such as internships or extended project qualification to give them that research, so that ultimately, when students graduate from us, they will have a very rich portfolio of experience in addition to their qualification.
I hope this isn't a curveball for you, as we like to say in the Americas. But as you're opening a new school, what does sports look like? I'm thinking if you have if you have 1 year 10 class, that has maybe 12 to 20, how do you put a footy team together? How do you put what does that look like?
Yeah, it is tricky. Well, potentially it could be tricky. I think I've already got a football team in our upper primary years for sure. But yeah, I mean, we've got facilities which are outstanding in terms of what we can offer students. As the numbers of students grow in the school, then we will utilize those facilities more, have more international competition, have more local competition, and be able to extend our provision further. But really, in your first few years, you create and you implement according to the number of students that you have and their interests. We've got a wonderful pool or an aquatic centre in the school. And individualized pursuits such as swimming, no problem. We'll have an amazing swim club and our coach is already employed and we're ready to go. In fact, some of our enrollments that are coming to us are outstanding swimmers. So we know, for example, that our swim team will be strong. Our basketball team, we'll be able to find 5 people to play basketball. We've got an incredible indoor activity hall where basketball and our PE teachers, a specialist basketball coach. So we know that we'll have good provision there. Short answer to your question is that it will evolve and it will become stronger and stronger, particularly in regards to team sport.
Another question that extemporaneously I'm thinking about, I have 3 children. They span the gamut from elementary or primary all the way through secondary. What about reflective time within the curriculum? So much, and I know that there's so much emphasis on sort of academics and then other activities around that, right, to build the whole child. But what about sort of reflective time where it's, what did I do? Or just sort of that personal time of, I want to be, time to be me.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. And I think that's largely dictated by the sort of culture and ethos that you have in the school. I mean, the curriculum demands a lot of time. Okay, you can't ever get away from the fact that the curriculum demands time. However, the way that we deliver the curriculum, the opportunity for that reflection on learning, but also the reflection on your own character development and your skills development is equally as important. And that needs to be built into the curriculum time. So, for example, we have the classic homeroom type of organization where the tutor will be able to spend a significant amount of time each day with their child. That's not redundant time. That's reflection time. That's getting to know the children in the class extremely well and for them to get to know each other extremely well. And when you have a startup school with a relatively, a conservative number of students in the class, that's the greatest time to do it. A teacher gets to know the children extremely well and they get to know each other as well as themselves. And that time is built into the curriculum. That's really, really important. But nurturing well-being, which is all to do with character development and the opportunity to reflect on how you're developing as a person is really, really important and is key to our mission. It's one of the central tenets of our mission. So we believe that actually it's okay to be a little bit slower, not get caught up in the frenetic pace of learning that the curriculum demands, but take an opportunity to step off the treadmill and think about what you really are experiencing and how you are developing as an individual. And that's appropriate in an age-appropriate way for young children as much as it is for someone who's graduating and looking for their next steps. It's really important. Good point.
Secondarily, or I think kind of attached to that as well, is, if I'm a parent and I'm looking at SBS as an opportunity in Bangkok, why would I choose a new school that's kind of starting out, right? It's kind of like, don't get the version 1.0, get the version 2.0 for the second year. And so make the case for me there where it's like, this is a great reason, or this is a great time to become a part of the community because
you've got that pioneering mindset. If you're enrolling with us, then you're of the mind that you can become a change maker yourself. You can become a pioneer and become part of that community who will make a difference. And you will have the autonomy and some degree of responsibility to shape that as a parent, as much as I have as the leader of the school. So I think it's an incredible opportunity to be able to join an organization in its infancy so that you can become a stakeholder in how the organization develops and matures. So it's a great opportunity. We are conscious of building a very close-knit, tight community right from the outset, where we're very transparent and we're very engaged, so that everybody moves forward in the right direction. And there's a real opportunity for parents to give us their opinion, for us to hear their voice and be able to shape the future together. And I think that's an incredible opportunity for any parent. It's sometimes more difficult to join a school that is very well set and very well traditional in its approach, and to be able to fit into that mold. Here's the opportunity to build together for a brighter future. I think that's an incredible opportunity.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. As soon as I asked the question, like that, your answer, it's so obvious, right? It's, you know, yeah. and my family's experienced this as well. When you enter a new school, that's just the reality. If it's established, you're fitting to that mold rather than having the opportunity. And it's just, you know, like, it's like a company, or it's like, you know, a new relationship of any kind. Are you going to shape it, or will it shape you? Right. And that's we could go down that philosophical road for a while.
I mean, it's a very dynamic place to be.
Right.
And
yeah. I
think that's really attractive to many parents. And of course, for some parents, it's not. But for those with a pioneering spirit, I think it's a very dynamic and exciting opportunity.
Fantastic. Neil, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us about SBS. I wish you all the luck on August 18th when you open your doors, and, you know, the few months that you have here to continue to prepare. But right now, I'm going to show your video to take us through the campus, and we'll go from there. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you.
All right, folks, I'm going to bring up the video here for SBS. Just give me 1 second. Here we go. And take this down.
Welcome to SBS International School Bangkok, the leader in bilingual education, medical science and STEM, where we usher in a new era of education driven by innovation. Bridging cultures and opening minds, our international bilingual program ensures linguistic proficiency and cultural awareness. Supported by the AOI Group and its best practices, we ensure top quality education with cutting-edge methods. Our team of international teachers bring diverse perspectives, enriching the learning experience and preparing students for a global future, fostering a new era of modern international education.